Whereabouts is Echo right now?
Midday, a little past
Yeah, a
midday.
little. We're probably coming up on early evening by the time they're actually getting into the bathwater.
I think at this point, Echo just left the I don't remember. It's probably in the trade ward where the big guild halls are.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, had a very enlightening conversation about the Performers Guild here in Waterdeep, and didn't get a lot of the information he was actually after. But he's trying. This is the avenue of investigating into magical items and who sells them and whatnot. Like this was one avenue he tried, and he did not find the info he was looking for. And so I think he's going to start making his way slowly back to the Yawning portal from the trade ward, and just kind of, enjoying being in a big city again. Waterdeep is not Neverwinter. It's actually a little bigger, but
So
Echo at this point is a city boy at heart.
two things. Thing number one, I'm gonna see if I can find your camera. Hey, that is you. Excellent. Okay. So, couple of things. First off, Echo. It's been a while since we've seen Echo, like a whole ass module. So why don't you go ahead and give us a quick description of Echo and just a little bit, like a little 1 minute elevator pitch of Echo's sort of shenanigans to date. So just tell us a little bit about your character, because a lot of folks are probably coming in having never met Echo before.
So, Echo is a roughly middle-aged male goblin. He is originally from the Sunless Citadel, but due to the murder of his father and then having to run away, he grew up in Neverwinter in a circus, and so he is a performer. He's an entertainer. He's a dancer. He went back to the Sunless Citadel, met the whole party, avenged his father's death, and then what he thought retired back home to go back to being a circus performer. And over the year, where everybody else was, going back home, looking into things, becoming more of an adventurer, Echo just tried to return back to his normal life. And he started getting some dreams, found out they were eventually from a goddess of adventuring. And so when the letter came from Barnabas to go to Citadel Adbar, Echo jumped at the chance. But Citadel Adbar is a very long way from Neverwinter, so he missed the Forge of Fury party as they were heading out, got to Citadel Adbar, and is basically following Barnabas's lead as to what they're doing in Waterdeep. Oh, he's a monk.
He's a monk. And now partially a cleric, yes?
Yeah, with the connection to the goddess, he's gotten a level of cleric.
Excellent. Okay, so give me, really quick, a perception check, please.
Okay, first roll with Echo.
You got this.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perception?
Yeah. Just to pick out some conversation as you're, as you're going around.
He sees the cart for a rat on a stick, and he's like, oh, hell yeah. And gets distracted.
Yes, of course.
With
Waterdeep specialty.
Yeah, so with a 12, like there are conversations happening around you all the time. You hear something about a sort of obscure adventuring party that just made their way into the city, but like that's a pretty common thing in Waterdeep. Adventuring parties come and go. But yeah, you get a little whiff that, hey, there's this adventuring party that hasn't really been seen in Waterdeep before, that just made their way back, and that's all you get with a 12.
Yeah, he figures if there's someone actually important, he'll see them at the Yawning portal at some time.
So, M, do we want to talk to your character yet, or do we want to head back over to Jeff and Jen?
I would say head back over to Jeff and Jen.
Okay, because yeah, your character's brand new. We haven't met yet. We will get to that in a moment. So, bathed, rested, fed.
Let's hit the markets before they close, and then we'll head over to the Yawning portal. How about that?
You finally get a chance to relax. if the Yawning Portal is in the Castle Ward, it is really sort of between you and the Trade Ward where you could expect to go to do a bunch of shopping. But yes, you begin to head your way south. And
I want to give the hilarious opportunity for the Echo and Kretha meet cute. So
Goblin? Speaking of which, are there a bunch of goblins in Waterdeep or no?
No, it's not a common thing. They do exist. Because
There's no established goblin neighborhood or anything.
Not really. Goblins kind of mix and match with whoever. But I mean there are goblin families around, but you're not like super common, no.
No.
More common than you would have been 10 or 20 years ago, though. Like goblinoids and that in general have become a much more accepted part of society over the past few decades. Here in Waterdeep. So you make your way south into the Trade Ward. Are you looking for anything in particular as you are shopping?
Keeping my eyes open. I have a spare magic good that I forgot to fence earlier.
What's that?
The needle for my Illuminator's tattoo.
Oh yeah. That's right. The needle
really
that you use to tattoo yourself. We
really
can make that part of a trade. Yeah.
So basically, heading there, trying to fence the last of my useless stuff.
Folks in chat,
Okay,
please sound off.
I think we're back.
Yeah, folks in chat, please sound off to make sure we're still here.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, good. I don't know what just happened. It just told me that my connection was not good for a second, which is weird because I pay for ridiculous speed. Anyway,
Xfinity is bad, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Xfinity's bad. That's absolutely what we're doing here. So, moving right along. So we are in the Trade Ward. We are looking for items. You do have connections when it comes to magical items, and there are storefronts that will sell minor potions and such. But when it comes to tougher magical items, you usually have to go through an intermediary and kind of find a hookup, as it were.
I might. Could I use intimidation and flex and imply my father's the weight of my family?
Hell yes,
right?
You can.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead and roll me an intimidation. What is it you're looking for at the moment? You said you were looking for potions, specifically fire breathing.
Potions of healing, maybe a place to fence some light magical goods and see if they can acquire anything significant.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to spend a spell point to re-roll that shit.
Absolutely. I haven't had to hit either the explode or the womp womp button yet.
I'll take the.
Okay.
I rolled insight for some reason. It should be a 16 instead.
16 instead because you're using intimidation. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You're able to sort of shake down the locals. They try to give you the runaround, but
I will. I do.
No.
I basically I go into a place that I've been told in times past. And he tries to sell me the deal, and I will drop a bag of gold on the counter with the hand that has my signet ring that this person should know to read.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, so you will be able to get a hookup for any minor potions that you want. Fire breathing is absolutely a fine one that you can find as well. And yeah, so with that, you'll be able to sort of find an in on the sort of magical trade. There is. It's not, trading magic isn't illegal. It's just rare because magic is very rare and very expensive. Not very, very rare. This is Waterdeep after all. But anything that is uncommon or rare or worse can be a little bit less like going to a shop front and more like checking in with the network of people who are fencing magical items and seeing who's got what. Like a magical eBay, if you will.
Magical eBay.
So
I would like to look for maybe a better crossbow and more crossbow bolts. Basically just trying to go through.
I had thought briefly about asking for a effort in smithing, but I have a feeling Barnabas will be a better hookup for that.
As a side note, Kretha, you notice as you're walking around that Waterdeep does have a fair number of dwarven citizens. And you notice you get a lot of looks of respect and not deference, but definitely it's clear that they hold you in regard when you see them.
That's right, because the dagger acts as a belt of dwarven kind, so
Yes.
they instinctively respect you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
Yeah,
part.
it's a weird feeling. It's a very weird feeling. Like you get
Oh yeah.
you get like good day, you get people greeting you, and once or twice you get one of the dwarves that like slips and gives you a greeting in dwarven, which they had no reason to believe that you knew dwarven, but they sort of instinctively react to the magical aura of Durgaden.
Good day in dwarven.
So yeah, let's see here.
Maybe I ask one of them where the best place to be, like if I see some of the ones that look more kind of like armory or like trade, I would come up and like with one of those really awkward things where they're like saying good day, I would use that as an excuse to be like, yes, good day in dwarven, and be like,
you use a hand crossbow,
I am
right?
relatively new. What?
You use a hand crossbow, right?
I do. I use a hand crossbow. What
Cool.
I've got now is a hand crossbow, some crossbow bolts. I just wanted to refresh them and get some more. And I've got the +1, the 6+1 crossbow bolts. And yeah, I was just looking to see if
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned wanting a better crossbow. So
Yeah.
he says, okay, I know there are some. I do know for certain that there are collectors who are willing to part with minor, essentially a +1 hand crossbow. I think I heard a rumor of someone fencing something more powerful if you have the means, but I'm not 100% certain. I may have to check in with my suppliers, but I think I might be able to find something that is even finer than your standard magical crossbow.
I would certainly be interested. Some of this stuff is so fascinating. I have friends. I kind of point behind me without even looking at Calder, and be like, he knows a lot more about that than me, but I've been finding this very interesting.
Come back tomorrow, and I will see if I can find a more powerful crossbow for you. But know that we can certainly accommodate you one way or the other. And then he looks sort of to Calder. By the way, Kreitha is not like is clean for the first time in a while, and again, sort of being treated as a respected customer. Clearly, folks here are very used to goblins being around. Calder, are you looking for anything specific when it comes to powerful magic? Yeah, you've got a hookup. Is there a thing that you're looking for specifically?
I think that Calder is not the sort to want wands or anything like that. He's more looking for, because frankly, he's looking for a more to upgrade what he has. So, like, the ideal modes of magic that he's looking for is transferring the blessing of warning for either replacing or the spear, the sickle of warning into a weapon that he can actually fucking use. Either to transfer it into an existent magical item, into another magical item, or to get a new one to replace it, because he likes that enchantment. He likes it a lot.
Yes. Finding
or to upgrade the Bloodwell vial.
So I'm gonna give you one of those two with a 13.
What was a 16? So.
Oh, I'm sorry. With a 16, I'll give. That's fair. That's fair. With a 16, I'll give you one of them, and I'll let you choose which one. And he will check and see, and then like tomorrow, you can make another check and see if he has something else.
If I must choose one, it will be the upgraded Bloodwell vial. That's
okay.
What I'll prioritize.
So
I would also like to replace my armor, which is not in the best of condition after everything it's been through.
Absolutely. So he's going to go ahead and so an upgraded blood vial is a possibility also. It's going to take him some time to make that happen, though, because it is a rare item. It's something that he's going to need to find. But he's absolutely willing to put in that work for your patronage.
He will. I will take the Illuminator's tattoo and add it to his wares so that he can add to his. That'll be my down payment for his efforts.
Fantastic. Potion wise, a potion of fire breath retails for 184 gold.
Okay.
Is there any other consumables that you wanted? These are things that can be provided immediately. So long as it's not a rare potion.
184 gold.
184 gold. Jeez.
It's an uncommon
That sounds
potion.
about right.
It's an uncommon potion. Yeah.
Woof.
Aretha does not have that much.
Yeah, one. Well, he'll get one because it's just too useful.
I'm dragging it into chat. I trust you to manage your own gold.
And then are healing potions the normal 50 gold per pop?
Yes.
I will get 2 of those.
Unless you're looking for like greater healing potions, which go for a little bit more.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
I still-
300 bucks.
I never used my potions of healing while I was in the forge. So
Then you should still have them.
yep. And okay, so 1 potion of fire breathing, and I have a total of 4 potions of healing because I never used mine.
Y'all don't need healers. You got potions.
Well,
So-
it's like right now, like I'm looking at this. I'm looking at but Calder's thinking is like, yeah, being on the road without healers.
I mean, that's why Aretha took Goodberry, because
It
it was
stabilizes you.
something that also felt very appropriate as something primitive.
I'm just saying I will never knock the spell that can defeat the Tarrasque. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so the magical trade in Waterdeep is something kind of like a hybrid of art auction plus like consignment. You're sort of commissioning this person to find these items for you and paying a bit of a premium to get them. So the potions he can proffer right now. Anything more rare than that, he'll just go ahead and take like an order form essentially. And he'll try to fulfill it for you.
My offer is that like I can give him like some amount of gold, obviously, but I also would like trade my existent Bloodwell vial for so that he doesn't walk away with nothing.
It's definitely trading magical items is seen more highly than simply attempting to purchase them for solid gold. In between games, you can send me a list, like just text me a list of what exactly you're looking for, and I'll make some rolls and I'll see what he finds and what he doesn't find.
Frankly, the gold star item I wanted more than anything else in this character, I already have in the form of the ring. So I'm
the spell storing ring is so powerful. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna be good for a long time because of that ring.
Okay. So you're sort of wandering around. What interesting thing, Jen? What interesting thing happens to the two of you that Kreitha has never seen before, this being a large city, while you're sort of wandering around the trade district?
Oh. What interesting thing happens while she's wandering around the trade?
Yeah, what's something that Kreitha has never seen before that she sees right here and right now?
Oh, let's say like a booth of like artificers' toys.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's a good choice.
Little wind up robots and like ships that sail in a bathtub and things like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she would be so fascinated by that.
Shiny.
Yeah, and she will take notice of a little like shiny kind of iron model airplane that somehow if you throw it, it flies in a big loop and then comes back to your hand. And the shopkeeper will notice you noticing it and say, I'll give you a 20% discount on that if you're looking for it. It looks like it suits you very well, madame.
How does it do that like a bird?
Every time I ask, I'm told that it's magic. I've stopped asking.
It's so fascinating. How much is it? What is your starting price?
Normally, for such a wonder as this, I would charge 10 gold pieces. However, I see your fascination, and it looks like you're so happy carrying it. I'm willing to knock it down to 7 gold for you.
Oh, it does bring me such joy, and I do find it very fascinating. But I I don't know if I could manage to part with 7 gold for that happiness. Perhaps 6.
Give me some kind of social check. Deception or persuasion seems good. Unless you're going to grab him by the neck and say, no, you're going to sell it for less, in which case it would be intimidation.
Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Six sounds like an absolutely fair price. And so you'll get this little model airplane that just flies in a vertical loop.
Stinky keeps trying to eat it.
Stinky keeps trying to eat it.
You'll break it.
Go ahead.
To make Calder absent, Calder is also going to buy a new set of fine clothes to explain his makeover, and that's what. So he'll wander off to get fitted for that.
When Calder exits the clothing store, Jeff, give me a quick idea of someone who recognizes him, either personally or as the adventurer who. Your exploits in the Sunless Citadel, as well as the Forge of Fury, are not like well known, but your family has been talking you up. There are rumors about you. Tell me about someone who recognizes you, either while you're shopping for clothes or just after you finish.
It'll probably be while I'm shopping for clothes. Like, he'll walk in to start. Like, he's already begun it, and then like as he's getting fitted, like some other noble will hear him. Like asking for very particular colors and the mention of his name, and the signet ring, and he just lances over and puts it together. Tiefling, fine clothing, that family house, those colors. He must be X, and will like their reaction would be something like, they're new in the city. Maybe I can get something out of this.
Does this person approach you, or do they simply note your presence and move along?
They'll definitely make a polite greeting in a they'll be complimentary. They'll be very
exchange business cards.
That's what like you must come to the soiree my house is having on X date in the relatively near future.
Absolutely, we'll say that Calder definitely gets an invitation to a house party.
Of course, my noble background works.
100%.
You got smoozed.
Is there anything the two of you would like to do before making your way to the Yawning portal?
Rita's eating street food.
It's amazing and wonderful, and some of it's the best stuff you've ever had. You're pretty sure there's like giant spider meat over here, and you had no idea that giant spider meat was so amazingly tender. It's like crab legs.
It's incredible. Like,
I wanted to like make the opportunity for Kretha to meet Echo independently of everything first. That is one thing I do want to see.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, she's eating street food. Maybe she's just a stall down from Rat on a Stick.
Yeah.
Gail, would you like
on top of Stinky, model plane in hand?
Gail, would you like Echo to enter here? We've got a little bit of time. I want to take our first break in the next 5 to 10 minutes. But do you want Echo to go ahead and make an entrance here?
Sure, we get Echo's eating, just purchased, Rat on a Stick. Of course, you got to get ketchup and relish and other things on it. But
this is a hot dog.
And
might be the same vendor actually, because I'm eating a hot dog now.
Right? Turns, probably hears Kretha, the thing that draws his attention because he's didn't roll very good on that perception is that Kretha probably says oh, that's good, and goblin. And he's like, what? And
but it's like a weird version of goblin. It's definitely got a regional accent to it, and it's definitely it's like listening to Welsh.
Mm-hmm.
Is Echo aware of Chult and the dialect from there?
I think he recognizes it. Actually, no. I'm gonna make this fact. He's never met someone who speaks a southern dialect of Goblin. He lives in Neverwinter.
Southern Goblin sounds Russian, apparently.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, good.
But turns
It's like the difference between Tokyo and Osaka.
sees her on the frog. Will scooch on over and say in Goblin, you know, you really ought to try it with their special sauce.
Woo! Hi. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, no, it's great. Are you forgive this weird question. Where's your accent from? It's not Waterdeep, is it?
No, this is my first time in here. Very big, too big. No, I'm way south. We used to, our ancestors are from Jolts, and we have like a whole like swamp kind of commune type thing. Yes. You know where the dinosaurs
Like that's
are.
like the distance in between Schult and Neverwinter is the same distance between Moscow and Spain. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least.
Echo's just nodding along, and then when you finish it, it's like just gonna lean in and say like, well, I find it an absolutely gorgeous accent. He's just gonna take a chunk out of the rat and just keep looking at you.
Bright red. Well, bright green, I suppose, would be
what
the
color do goblins blush?
maybe the
darker
yellow a
green.
little bit or darken. Yeah.
Olive.
yeah.
Jeff, you can have
blushes,
Calder
so
wander into
darken.
the scene whenever you want. By the way.
Calder will, if Calder will wander the scene, having like replaced his clothing, is now dressed in splendor. Yay magic and rapid use of mending, making stitching and finalizing a product so much easier. So we'll walk up and we'll look for the very obvious yellow pillar that is Kreetha.
Yeah. And I'm like, so where are you from? Are you
Oh,
from
I'm from-
Waterdeep?
Oh no. Up the coast a ways, Neverwinter.
Oh.
And it's that audio that will like trip up Calder. He'll like widen his eyes and like look around looking for the source of it.
Just on the other side of the frog.
And like and Calder will like not interrupting, but will like circle around to dare suspect and hope.
And
Gnawing on the
in
rat on
that
the stick.
moment, over the half-eaten rat, your eyes meet, and the first thing Echo notices is, wow, his horns are different.
It's like horns. Like it's wow, he looks like my friend Calder without the horns. Wait.
Wait, yeah. He'll look at you, look up the horns, look back at you, and go, Calder! And just like running,
Calder! Hey,
running
I
leap-
met new friend.
like
Wide-eyed and Echo leaps into a face.
yeah, leaps into a tackle hug. Like I might knock you on
met
your
new
ass.
friend.
Calder will. I consent to Calder getting knocked on his ass by a tackling Echo.
We call this in back a decade or so ago. We call this a glomp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, that takes me back. Yeah, that's
welcome.
2010 speak right there. Beautiful.
Wow, isn't it weird being old like that?
A little
I
bit.
know, it's very something.
So in the
Kreetha,
first-
Stinky moves closer, and Kreetha kind of leans over them and goes, so I am not the only goblin in your life?
Calder will bury Echo's head and just to give the biggest hug, just to laugh at that.
I will note, by the way, that though Kreetha doesn't, get much remark aside from dwarves, the frog does a little bit. Like at the very least, kids look at it and like laugh with glee because it's not often that you see a giant frog hopping down the street.
Oh,
Even
and he's
in
such a
Waterdeep.
happy frog. She's
Sorry.
been buying him like food, her street food as well.
Em, you doing okay?
Oh, I missed you.
My eyes have been open for too long.
Yeah, I know that feel.
Mm.
Why don't we go ahead and take a break?
This is a good point for the break.
And then we will when we reconvene, we will be heading to the Yawning Portal Tavern, where you will meet up with your contact there, which I believe is Barnabas, who you haven't seen in quite some time. And it is currently, I'm going to give us a little bit of extra time. It's 8:14 in a few seconds. We will be back at 8, let's say 25. Okay, that's Pacific time. We'll be back at 8:25 Pacific. We will have another like 30 or 40 minutes of game, and then folks who need to go to sleep can go to sleep, and we will transition over to the
that would be
post-game.
11:25
That one.
on
Yes.
on a normal coast.
Okay, we'll figure out exactly what our end time is in a little bit. We will be back in just over 10 minutes. Thank you very much for being here so far. Please stick around. See you in just a little bit.